Hey guys, my name is Patrick Skinner, and today I'm going to show you guys how to send an email from an email alias from Monday.com using Integromat. God, that's a mouthful. Anyways, before we get into it, please like and subscribe to this video and to this channel so that I can continue to produce more content that helps you improve your automations that support your business. Now, without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, if you saw my last video, you saw that I showed how to send an HTML-based email using this same process. So if you want to send an HTML email as well, make sure you go to the previous video. But in this case, we are going to use a little bit of a different trigger. Last time I used an email ready trigger here. When a status changed, it sent a webhook, and that webhook is what prompted that email. In this case, I'm going to trigger an email when I update a task within Monday.com. Now, the very first thing that we need is a Monday.com account and an Integromat account. If you don't have either, there are links within the description of the video. Just click on those links and you'll be able to set up a free account for both of those systems. Here I have my Monday.com test board. I have 2 names, 2 email addresses. That's really all I need for this to work. Now, let's jump over to Integromat because I need to create a webhook. Now, what is a webhook? A webhook is basically something that you can create that when an action is created, it sends information from that action to either another system or platform. Let's go ahead and create it. I'm going to type in webhooks. I'm going to click on custom webhook. I'm going to hit add. I'm going to name this one email alias webhook, and I hit save. I don't need any IP restrictions or anything like this. Is a very simple webhook. What it's going to do is it's going to create this webhook link here. I'm going to copy it by clicking this button, and then I'm going to go back over to Monday.com. Excellent. Next thing I need to do is click on integrate, search for webhooks, click webhooks. Now, I already said that I want to prompt this email by every time I send an update to that person's name, it's going to prompt this email. I'm going to hit add to board. Use another account. And I'm going to paste that webhook into this field. Hit connect. Excellent. When the update is posted, send a webhook. Add to board. Perfect. Now, the next step to this is actually to be able to send some data to that webhook so that I can use that data to keep building this. I'm going to hit start conversation. Test email update. I'm going to hit update. Excellent. So that's going to send some data to that webhook. I'm going to go back to Integromat. Hit OK. And then move my camera and hit run once. Alright, so we got our data. When this bubble comes up, it shows that it received the information. In order to see the raw data, I click here and I look at download output bundles. Perfect. Now here's my information. Now you may notice that in this data, you might be missing some items that you would typically see inside that Monday.com item. So in order to be able to pull the rest of the information and use that within the email, we have to get an item from Monday. So what I'm going to do is close, hit another node, go to Monday and type in get an item. Perfect. Now I need the item ID. In order to be able to pull the item ID, I'm going to use the Pulse ID, which is associated to the Monday.com item ID. I click here, and I type in Pulse, and that's the Pulse ID. Hit OK. Excellent. So now let's run another test so that we can get the rest of the information from Monday.com. I'm going to move my camera. Hit run once. I'm going to go back over to Monday. And I'm going to send another test email. And it immediately pulls the information. Now, the information looks a lot cleaner and easier to be able to understand. Next, let's send that email. Let's go to Gmail, send an email. I already have my email address added, but if you need to add your email address, simply click add and then follow the Gmail prompts. Next, I want to add a recipient. The recipient I want to send to is the one that's within the Monday.com item. So I'm going to click on email here. So it sends that email. I'm going to make a subject as test email for, and then I'm going to use the fake name. And then I'm going to put the content. Now, the content, because I triggered this email from an update in the line item on Monday.com, I'm going to use that text from that update. Interestingly enough, that information actually doesn't come from the Monday.com get an item node. It actually comes from the original webhook. So let's go down to here. And I see right here the text body. And that is going to be my content. Now, how do I get it to trigger from the alias? Let's go to Show Advanced Settings. Go to From. And I'm going to type in an alias that I own. I created a new alias specifically for this test from my printing company. So I'm going to type in test@squidsy.com. Perfect. And then hit OK. One thing to remember, if you have some sort of signature associated to that alias within Gmail, it's not going to send this information with that signature. You have to actually copy that signature and add it to the content of the Gmail node. Let's go ahead and hit save, and let's do run once. Now I'm going to send a final test. Final test email. Hit update. Perfect, and the email sent. Let's take a look at how it looks. And there you have it. There's my alias. It was sent to me at patrickskinner.tech. It has the fake name from the Monday.com item, and it has the text from the update. That's it, guys. That's how you send an email from an email alias from Monday.com triggered through a webhook from Integromat. Again, mouthful. If you have any comments, concerns, complaints, whines, gripes, questions, suggestions, or requests, feel free to do so in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.